Hello and welcome to this presentation in our series on constructed development theory and its myriad applications in almost every aspect of our thinking lives. At least I like to think so. My name is Dr. Darren Stevens, and in this talk we're going to talk about how we know there are billions of profiles, and how do we know they all exist simultaneously, because we need to get our heads around this. Please forgive my bird, it's here now. As you know from other videos on CDT, your unique thinking style is constructed from 50 cognitive intentions that we can see on the slide here. Each one represents a heuristic in our thinking that we are either aware of or not aware of. That's the foundation for CDT and our self-awareness. So historically, research on self-awareness suggests that it's pretty limited actually, and also it's quite biased towards flattering ourselves or improving our perception of self. Basically, we're not as good as we think we are. In CDD terms, our level of self-awareness is about how aware we are of how we join the dots of our construction of self. This is what separates self-awareness within CDT from the other developmental theories that we have out there. And if you've seen our other videos, you will probably come across this slide already before. It basically says that due to the number of cognitive intentions, 50, and their potential for combining at different levels and different percentage scores for each one, the number of possible profiles at AQ5 is the large number you see there that begins with 36. I don't know what that number is, but it's massive. And to offer you a statistical robustness, the number of profiles available at AQ10 is about 12. So there's only a dozen legitimate profiles at the highest level, unlike other systems that pretend there's lots. And as you already know, none really exist at AQ10 because it's all made up anyway. So how can 36 quadrillion billion gazillion profiles all exist simultaneously and not get very confusing? How about a quick game of Sudoku? Okay, it's not really Sudoku. It's still constructed development theory, but in a way that we can better understand the combination of cognitive intentions for a single person and the myriad personalities available to them with sufficient self-awareness. On this slide, the one thing they all have in common is the fundamental building blocks of the 9 cognitive intentions we see in the grid there. So Mischel said that the mind constructs a psychological niche within which the personality fits, but as you know, personality isn't real. So I think Mischel was talking about the AQ5 mind, or the AQ5 construction to be more specific. At AQ8, however, the mind constructs a psychological niche within which it constructs itself. So do you see the difference? Mischel thought that we try to fit in, which is true at the lower levels. Fit out instead. I made that up. So with just 9 cognitive intentions, we get 36 possible contexts in this tiny grid. I just haven't put the other 18 labels in, but imagine the numbers running the other way and also then from the bottom to the top. So this means that it's possible to construct our thinking to suit 36 different contexts in our lives that will produce very different thinking outcomes with just 9 cognitive intentions. Think about your workplace, your golf course, your public house, your parents' house, or any other context you have in mind right now. Each one is on this slide. Now imagine this slide or this grid with 50 by 50 of them, okay, with different increments of 5%. So that's why we get such a massive number on the slide 3 slides ago. The calculation is really 50 by 49 times 48 times 47 and so on. So the identity compass with constructed development theory supersedes other profile systems by factors of millions regarding possible personality outcomes. So for comparison, the MBTI has 16. To summarize then, when you have the building blocks for your construction, your thinking style, you can utilize the 4 pillars of constructed development theory, namely intention, awareness, choice and response, to construct you for any context you are aware of. The Sudoku image is simply there to offer you a visual on how this happens in the moment, and how one person can adapt their thinking style to suit many different contexts with as few as 9 cognitive intentions. So I hope this short video helps you to picture the combinations of cognitive intentions and utilize the image in a Sudoku way to cement the method. If you want to know more about how this takes place, come to our next workshop. Check the website for details. And remember to subscribe, please. Thank you for listening and take care.